Hello everyone, welcome to the Salesforce CPQ Hours channel program. Myself Amol Barnwal, having 15 plus year of experience in IT, in which 13 plus year of experience in Salesforce. I'm a 10-time Salesforce certified. CPQ Hours I have founded in October 2020 and are running this CPQ Hours pre-learning program free for all on the Salesforce Revenue Cloud, having more than 2000 plus subscriber in my Salesforce YouTube channel. Please do subscribe my YouTube channel on Salesforce CPQ Revenue Cloud. And also please share my CPQ channel to your colleagues, friends, as well as in your social networking sites, LinkedIn and Twitter. Thank you so much. Today, I'm going to discuss about how you can configure a dynamic approval. We'll do a one good exercise, how you can enable that dynamic approval in Salesforce. So if you see my screen, in this particular like a use case or exercise, I'm going to discuss about how you can configure this advanced approval and dynamic approval in Salesforce. If you see, based on my hardware family and based on my software family, if my sales executive gives a discounting in that range, minimum 1 to 10 range, or 10 to 15, or 15 to 20, or 20 to 30, and 30 to 100, minimum maximum discount. In this scenario, what it happened with help of, in that scenario, you have different level of approval. You have approval level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you have approval color called green, yellow, red, black, blue. You can choose any color. You can give any like a discount range here. Okay. And based on this minimum maximum discount, the approval label and approval color will be populated on a quote line item for that hardware product. And let's suppose if any sales executive gives a discount of 18% on a hardware product. So what it happen? Your quote line item approval color will be automatically flagged as red, and approval should always be defaulted as a financial. So similarly, we have also configured a product family called software. And for software, we have a different range of discounting. And for every discounting, we have an approval label and approval color, and with the approval. Let's see how this particular advanced approval we can define in our Salesforce CPQ. It's just a glimpse of how your advanced approval or your dynamic approval will look like. So it reaches to a maximum level of 40 approval, level 40 means level 4. So we do have like a level 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If my quote line item has a maximum level of discounting at level 4 or level 5, accordingly my quote will goes to that level of approval, level 4 or level 5. So I have my discount approval, which is my manager, Milin, my VP sales called John Brissell, my another finance level 3, which is a finance level 3. We have my finance team, and then we have a legal team also. So, or deal desk team. So accordingly, my these levels of approval will goes in my discounting approval. Now, another just glimpse of how whenever I have been giving some discounting on every line item for every hardware and software, if I give us a discount of 20%, based on this 20%, the approval label called 3 and approval color called red. This approval label and approval color will be populated with help of price rule in our Salesforce CPQ. Okay, let's try to see how I have achieved this particular scenario in my Salesforce. So before we start with what we have to do, we'll have to create a document folder and upload these images. You can find these images that I have uploaded already in my CPQ Hours website. So first and foremost, what you have to do, you'll have to just download those approval rule approval flags, red, green, blue, black, whatever I have used so far. So if you see, I have black, blue, green, red, and yellows. These flag you can just right click and save as the image, save into your folder and your local machine. The moment you have saved this flag, let's see about next step. What you have to do, you'll have to create a document folder and upload these images. Okay, so let me go back to my Salesforce. Quickly, switching to Classic. Let's go to the document folder here. Go to the document tab. This document tab, what I did, I have just created one folder name called approval CPQ color. In this folder, what I did, I have just uploaded with help of new document. Just make sure you have selected this external approval images. Choose the folder, choose your file that you have just saved in your local machine. Just select the flag that you wanted to upload. Upload all these like uh, uh, flags, images in your document folder. Okay. After attaching it, what you have to do, you'll have to grab those IDs actually. Okay. Grab those URLs. So what you have to do, you will have to just click on this image, right click on this and copy email address. Copy email address. The moment you go to your site and just hit enter, what it does, you see this approval flag, black flag is there. Then similarly, you will have to grab the other URL for blue, black, green, whatever. Just copy the image address again, just go back and just paste it here. So this is your images that you have to just grab from a document that you have uploaded. Okay. So this is the first level of exercise that you have to do. Now what else? Now, as I told you, I am using the approval colors, approval flag, the approval label in my Salesforce CPQ, right? I have used the approval label and approval color and approval flag. Approval flag is basically a formula field. Approval label and color is basically a micro values. Okay. So what you have to do, you'll have to create a one approval color, which is the pick list field. You'll have to another create a approval label on your quote line item. Okay. So let me navigate what all approval color and approval label and approval flag will look like in my quote line item object. Let me quickly switch to the Lightning experience first. Go to the object manager, search for the quote line. So what you have to do, you'll have to define that approval color as a pick list, approval label as a number, 18, approval color as a pick list. Let me open what all pick list values we have. We have approval color called green, yellow, red, black, and blue. Okay. These are approval colors that you have to add in the pick list values. Let me show you my next slide deck. So in pick list values, I told you we'll have to add approval color as a pick list values, green, yellow, red, black. After adding these pick list values, how your formula field will look like. In your formula field, if you see, I have approval label, which is my API name. If this approval label has a one value, so I am just showing you the my images. So this image, what I did, I have just grabbed the image URL from my document that I showed you in my just previously. Okay. So your approval flag, a formula will look like to this one. Okay. So you the approval flag formula here. So this is your approval label, approval flag will look like. Now let's see the next what I have to do. In next part, what I have to do, I'll have to create the CPQ maximum line approval. This should be a roll-up summary field, or you can also use a standard field with a number field, and that value you can populate with help of a price rule logic. Okay. And then we have created a deal approval color. So these two fields you will have to define on a code. So this maximum level line level approval color is basically whatever the line item. So let's suppose you have added 4 quote line item, and one quote line item has a approval level 1, another one is having 2, another one is having 3 or 4, so on. So whatever the maximum approval label or line label you have, that will be automatically roll up and stored as a maximum value on your code record. And based on this CPQ maximum line approval, the deal approval color will be shown. So your deal approval color is again a formula which is using your CPQ code, CPQ max line approval color. So let me navigate back to the quote object. If you go back to the quote object, and if I see for a max CPQ max approval label, this is basically your maximum of your quote line approval label. Okay. Now coming to the another formula called deal approval color. If you open this deal approval color, you will see the formula which is similar to your line label color also. But in this, I'm using a formula API name called CPQ approval. Don't worry about how your formula will look like. I will share this PPT that I have already uploaded in my CPQ advanced approval, cpqhours.com. You have to go to the advanced approval sections here, navigate in my CPQ advanced approval rule. You'll have to just click on that advanced approval rule. And then on the down of the page, you will see the all latest videos and PPT that I have already uploaded. This is the PPT that you can also use for your further exercise purpose at you. Okay. That makes it very easy for you. Okay. Now coming to the another part, I have already created these couple of fields that I wanted to create on a code field, and that's it. Again, the CPQ approval lookup. Okay, what is happening here is, let me tell you, the approval label and approval color that you see on a quote line item, how it is going to be defaulted or how it is going to be populated on the quote line item. Okay, this is what the question is. Now, let me quickly grab and open one of my code. If I click on a edit line, so what is happening here is, let's suppose if I give this a discounting of 20% or 30%, okay? Let's suppose I'm giving a discount called 10% here and 15% or 18%, okay? And then if I click on a quick save button, the moment I hit a quick save button, what it does, it will automatically populate the approval label and approval color with help of my discounting tier, okay? Okay, now you see my approval, this line item, I give us a 10% discounting. It's approval level 1, which is a green. If you see my another approval level where I give us 18% discounting, in 18% it is going for the third level approval, which is red flag. So in the 3 level approval 3, I have a red flag. So based on this approval level maximum of this, the deal approval color is going to be populated. How these values or fields are populating or showing on my quote and quote line item header, what you have to do, let me navigate back first, how you can showcase these values in your what do you call quote line item page. So first, what you have to do, you will have to go back to the setup. So what I did, I have added in a field set, so that in a quote line item field set actually. So in the quote line item, if I'm not adding in a field set is going to like manage your field display on the line editor. So this is my line editor page. What all field I would like to showcase, I can manage with help of field set. Let me quickly go back to my object manager. Go to the quote line item, object, go to the field set. If you go to the field set, you have a line editor field set. In the line editor field set, I have added approval label, approval color, and approval flag. So please make sure after adding these 3 fields on a quote line item object, please make sure to add these field in a line editor field set. Okay. Now, as similarly, you will have to also go back to the quote object. Go to the field set, line editor field set. Now add your deal approval color. So this is the field that I have populated. That is why this deal approval color and these three fields are displaying on my line editor. Line editor is going to be displayed these fields based on the field set or level on the line editor field set. Okay. Now moving to the next, what I have to do. Okay, what I was talking about, this approval color and approval label is defaulting based on my discount tier that I am going to give, right? How this approval label and approval color is populating. So what I am doing here is I am doing a price rule engine. With help of price rule engine, I have defined some price rule which is using your lookup object. So with help of price rule and lookup object, these data are being populating. Okay, how? Let's see. So my first step is to create an approval lookup as an object. Go back to the object manager. Go to the CPQ approval as an lookup object. So this is the API name, CPQ approval lookup __ C. What are fields that you have to define? As I showed you in my data will look like your name, approval color, approval label, approval, minimum discount, maximum discount, and product. Okay. So these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7. So these are 7 fields that you have to define. By default, name is already been there. So you'll have to define a 6 more field on your CPQ approval lookup object. Okay. I have defined my approval color, approval label, approver as a pick list. Okay. And then you have a name as a standard name, then minimum discount as a currency 12,6. Your minimum discount, again a number of currency, you can use a number here. And then you have a product family. Product family has a 2 pick list values called hardware and software. Minimum and maximum is a currency field that you have to populate or you have to add the record on a CPQ approval lookup. Approver is basically a pick list field that I have created. Managers, VP sales, finance, legal, and DLX. And then you have approval label, which is basically your number field. Approval color, which is similar to the previously that I have discussed with help of your green, red, yellow, blue, black. These are all pick list value that you have to add. After creating this custom object, you will have to add the records and rows in the CPQ approval code. So what I have to do, I'm just going to open the CPQ approval tab, approval lookup tab. If you see how this data will look, okay? My data will look like similar to this one. For each hardware, for each discount tier, you have a different approval label and approval color. Okay. So this approval lookup object we are going to use in our price rule. Okay. You can grab this data. Don't worry about that part, how you wanted to grab. Just again, I'm just guiding you. You'll have to go back to my CPQ hours advanced approval rule. You can just grab this PPT. You can just upload this file directly and then okay. So this is what I have showed you. Now what next? Now you'll have to define the price rule here, right? So after creating a CPQ approval lookup object, now you have to create a price rule. Okay. Let me go back to the price rule here. So here what I have done, I have created a price rule. This price rule is using a lookup object called approval lookup. If you are not familiar with the price rule, how you wanted to set up or how you can set up, go back to my CPQ hours channel. I have my playlist for price rule here, CPQ approval. You can watch for all videos that I have added here. Search for those topics. Okay. If you go to the product rule and price rule, you will see the differences. I have just added a couple of more field around this price rule. How you can define the price rule, how this price rule is going to be helped in your Salesforce CPQ exercise and topics. Okay. So similarly, what I did, with help of this price rule, I'm using a lookup object, CPQ approval __ lookup. This is the calculator. I have added a evaluation order called 1. So for this condition is not mandatory to be added. Only part is you will have to add the lookup queries. Okay, what it does lookup query? So my lookup query will do search this line item based on this line item product family, based on this line item discounting minimum and maximum. We are fetching the data from my lookup object. Okay, so let me quickly open one of the record. My first condition, my lookup query is product family equals my product family of the lookup. So this is the lookup field which we have defined in my CPQ approval lookup object. If my line item product family is going to be matched with our CPQ approval lookup. So in my line item, if I have hardware, it will go for the hardware lines in a CPQ lookup. If I use the software as a product family in my port line item, it searches for your lookup object of family from the approval lookup records. Now, what is my next lookup query? My next lookup query is for if my quote line item discount is greater than my minimum discount, which is minimum discount is basically my tier discount available field in my CPQ. Okay, greater than this and less than equal to my maximum. Less or equal to my maximum discount. If it matches, return those rows and then update in our price rule, quote line item field and color field. So what I'm doing, I'm taking two actions to update my approval label and approval color. Based on my lookup query result values, it will update the rows of my quote line item, a field called approval label and approval color. The source lookup field is basically approval label and approval. So whatever I have defined in my CPQ approval lookup values, that will be populated in my line item field. Okay. So let's suppose if I give a discount called 18% for hardware, what it does, this rows is get matches, these rows will be returned. Your minimum and maximum based on minimum maximum and product family, it returns these rows. And here you see my approval label is 2 and approval color is yellow. So these two values, approval label and approval color, will be automatically, this action will be performed and these values will updated on my line. Okay, that's it. So you are good to go with the price rule logic very quickly. Okay. Now, after defining this price rule, what is your next step? Your next step is to just create a approval chain. Okay. As I told you, we are going to define a new discount approval rule because I'm using a parallel approval processes for my finance, legal, and discounting. Now, this discount approval is my another a chain or a process in my discounting areas. So what you have to do, I will have to create an approval chain here. Let me just recap here again. What I did so far, I have created a fields on line item. I have created a field on port. I have added those field on a field set in a line editor. I have created a CPQ lookup object. I have created a records and rows in my CPQ approval lookup object. I have to create a price rule and price conditions to look at those CPQ approval lookup queries and update those line item with help of price rule. So till now, this part we have covered. Till now, we have covered this exercise. Now let's move to the next exercise. The next action item that we have to perform. Now we have to perform the approval chain. Okay. Go back to the approval chain tab. If you see, I have just created a one approval chain called discount approval. You'll have to just go back and create a just simple discount approval chain record and just hit save button. After creating this approval chain records, what you have to do next? You will have to just go back to your, go to the another tab. Let me navigate to the my slide deck first. So you will have to create an approval record because I'm using my finance user, legal user, my managers, and my VP sales in my hierarchies for these approvals, right? So these managers, VP sales, legals, and finance, I do have following approval in my discounting logic. So I have to define these approvers so that it will automatically pick up those approval to send and notify to the user for an approving the records. Okay. Now go back to the approver tab. Define all these like approvers. So what I have done so far, be this is my managers. I have created my manager record. So what you have to do, you'll have to just click on a new, type your approval name called manager, search for the username called Milin is my managers, and then hit save button. That's it. After, as I have already created this manager record, I'm not going to duplicate this. Similarly, you'll have to create our VP sales with it, which is our Vidit Grover is my VP team. My legal user, I have a legal username, and finance, I have a finance username. So you'll have to populate these three users and approval record you'll have to create in an approval section. So now let's navigate to my next slide deck. What you have to do next, you'll have to define a now an approval rule. As I told you, that my approval rule is basically a different steps. Different step means I have a different stages, right? I have approval step 1, approval step 2, 3, 4, and 5. So for every steps, I have to define every approval. Okay. For manager, I have to define approval step 10. For my navigate to the okay. For approval rule 2, step 20, I have my BPCS approval. Similarly, approval level 3, which is finance approval, which is my 30 steps. If you go to the approval level 4, which is legal approval, which is 40, and so on. So you will have to define those approval rules within the system in approval level step 1, step 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Okay. So let's navigate to my approval rule here first in a tab. Let me open the approval label first, manager approval that I have created. In my manager approval, which is my label 1 approval. In my manager approval, this is my approval step 10. I have just selected this approver as a manager because I'm using my manager approval, and this approval chain always should be a discount approval, right? Because I'm using a one approval chain for my discounting areas. After populating these three values, now I'll have to create approval condition under this approval rule. Just hit and save approval rule definitions, go back to the approval rule conditions, and then add the condition here. My condition will look like if my CPQ maximum approval greater or equal to 1, my manager approval is applicable. Okay, that's it. After defining this, I'm using the CPQ maximum line up. This is basically our code field, and the code field is basically our roll up summary field. Because we are rolling for line item, and using this field, I can check whether it is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Based on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it reaches to my approval level manager label or VPCS label or your finance, legals, and etc. Similarly, for VP sales, you will have to define an approval level, which is the 20 steps. In this scenario, I'm using a VP sales. Again, approval chain will be same, discount approval. After creating this approval rule, you will have to go back to the approval conditions. In the approval condition, if you see, I'm using the CPQ maximum level, which is greater or value 2. Then if it is satisfied, then send for an approval level 2. Sorry. So similarly, you will have to define a level 3 for finance and level 4 for our legal approval. After defining this, you can add more criteria like the less approval or and so on. Right? How my display will look like. This is how the display will look like if I go and change my discounting from 10 to 35. Okay, let's do the exercise here. Click on calculate. Click on save. After doing a quick save, you see my deal approval color is 5. Okay, let's click on the save button now. Let's see the preview approval, how our preview approval will look like. The moment I hit the preview approval, because my CPQ maximum level is a 4 level discounting, so it goes for a 4 level discount. Right? Approval level 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, and so on. Right? So this is how your parallel approval will look like, your advanced approval will look like. And this is the exercise that I have covered with help of price tool and the lookup object and dynamic approval. Right? That's it, guys. Thanks for joining this program. And what I will do, I will upload these videos and PPT on my CPQ Hours channel, as well as you can see my CPQ Hours website. If you need queries and feedback, please post your feedbacks and queries on my Salesforce CPQ Hours channel. Thanks for joining this program. These are all my contact details. Please do subscribe, and please also share this channel to your colleagues and friends, as well as you in your LinkedIn and Twitter channel. Thank you, guys. Thanks for joining the.